Today, we're going to talk about the profit function. We'll do one simple numerical of finding out the profit maximization and finding out the profit function through the profit maximization approach. And we'll define what the profit function is and let us see. So you have profits are what? Revenue minus cost. Revenue is what? P into Q. This is cost. Supposedly, if K and L are the two inputs which the firm is using. So, and W is the per unit price of labor and R is the per unit price of the capital. So I can write this, right? I can write this. Now, just in this function, the only things which are under the control of the firm are how much inputs they want to make. Prices are given to you from outside. Input prices W and R, they are also given to you from outside. They are not under your control. You're the firm now, you're the producer. So only things which are under your control are the amount of labor and capital which you can employ, right? Only the variables K and L are under the firm's control. The firm chooses the level of K and L to maximize the profits given the output price P and the input price W and R. The firm chooses these inputs in order to maximize profits. Treating the output price P and the input price W and R as fixed parameters. In its decision. Decision is, I mean, to maximize profits. So I'm writing my profit function as the function of output price and the input price. So this is basically, in place of Q, you've written the production function. So you can just straight away write this production function Q is FKL minus WL minus RK, right? So of course, I'll be maximizing this in terms of KNL, in terms of KNL. So what is this pi PWR is indicating? This is the maximum value of the profits, which you're going to get by maximizing, by optimizing the input use. So this indicates pi PWR indicates that value given by the function, that the value given, that the value given by the function is the maximum profits obtainable at given prices. Obtainable at given prices. Now, when I say prices, I mean both input prices and output prices. So let's look at one simple numerical. So you will get to know what exactly I mean. So supposedly, if you have two inputs, Z1 and Z2, and the production function which is given to you is this, right? And you write the profit, which is price into quantity. Quantity is what? F of Z1, Z2 minus W1, Z1 minus W2, Z2. So W1, W2 are the input prices, right? W1, W2 are the input prices of Z1 and Z2 respectively. So there are only two variables which are under your control, the inputs, how much you want to employ of these inputs. So in place of f of Z1, Z2, we can write Z1 to the power 1 by 3 and Z2 to the power 1 by 3. So del pi by del Z1 is P 1 by 3. Z1 to the power 1 by 3 minus 1 is Z1 to the power minus 2 by 3. Z2 to the power 1 by 3 is equal to W1. Now, I don't know whether you can realize this or not, but this guy, yeah, this is nothing but the marginal productivity of input Z1. Del Q by del Z1 or del F by del Z1. So, and P into marginal productivity of Z1, this is equal to W1. So what is the margin? P into the, see, whenever you multiply anything with P, it gives you the value. So this is nothing but this guy is the value of marginal product of Z1. So you'll be employing Z1 till the point where VMP is equal to W1. Okay, we'll be talking about that later as well, but just for the sake of knowledge, you should know it right away. Del pi by del Z2 would be what? P. Z1 to the power 1 by 3. 1 by 3. Z2 to the power 1 by 3 minus 1 is minus 2 by 3 equals to W2. Right. This minus W2 equals to 0. So this is like this. Right. So you guys can understand this thing very well. That again, this is also the value of marginal product of Z2 should be equal to this guy. So this is 1. This is 2. So what I can do is that I can divide first by second. Dividing first by second. So you have what? So when you divide first by second, you'll be getting what? Z1. This P by 3 will cancel definitely. Z1 to the power minus 2 by 3. Z2 to the power 1 by 3. All upon Z1 to the power 1 by 3. Z2 to the power minus 2 by 3 equals to W1 by W2. Right. So you solve this, you'll be getting Z2 by Z1 equals to W1 by W2. You get Z2 by Z1 equals to W2 by W1 by W2, right? And how is it that I can write this? I can write Z2 as, I can write Z2 as W1 by W2 Z1. Now you can substitute this guy in second, let's say. You can just do that. You can just do that in the second expression. So substitute Z2 equals to W1 by W2 Z1 into, right? So what will you be getting? But this is what? Z1 to the power 1 by 3 upon Z2 to the power 2 by 3. So I can write this thing as this. P by 3, Z1 to the power 1 by 3 upon Z2 to the power 2 by 3 equals to W2. Huh? Okay. So you have what? P by 3, Z1 to the power 1 by 3, W2, Z2 to the power 2 by 3. Now in place of Z2, I can write W1 by W2, Z1 to the power 2 by 3. Z1 to the power 2 by 3. Right? So what will you have? You will have W2, W1 by W2, 2 by 3, Z1 to the power 2 by 3. So I'm just doing this slowly, beta. Right? So I can just, beta, this Z1 to the power 2 by 3 taken here. So if you just take it down here, it will be Z1 to the power 1 by 3 minus 2 by 3. So this will be Z1 to the power 1 by 3 upon Z1 to the power 2 by 3. So that is 1 by 3 minus 2 by 3. W2. Right. P by 3. This is Z1 beta. Z1. Right. And here I can get the value for Z1 after certain algebra, right? So you will need to do certain algebra in order to get this. So let me just do one step. So I'll write everything in terms of Z1 to the power 1 by 3. That is P by 3, W2 by W1, 2 by 3, 1 upon W2. Now what I can do is that I can raise both the sides by 3. So I can get Z1, right? P by 3 cube, W2 by W1 square, 1 upon W2 cube. Again, just like this. So it is, it will be, so W2 to the power, okay, so this is W2 to the power minus 1 upon W1 square. Upon W1 square. So I've just written it like this, but 1 upon W1 square, 1 upon W2. So this is what Z1 starts. And as you guys could see, this is the function of output price and input price. So I've just written W. I've not written W1, W2. In most of your books, they just write it as W. That's a vector of input prices. And this is called the unconditional. input demand function. So if you remember, in the cost minimization exercise also, we found out the input demand functions for labor and capital. But those were conditional input demand functions. Now, these are unconditional input demand function, right? So they were conditioned upon that you have to achieve this level of output, right? So this is unconditional input demand function. So they are the function of prices, right? Output price and input prices. So these are unconditional input demand function. Okay. Now I can get the value for Z2 star as well. So Z2 is what? Z2 is Z1 W1 by W2, right? So you have already got this P by 3 cube 1 upon W square, 1 upon W1 square, W2 into W1 by W2. So when you just write it properly, one upon this guy, this is 1 upon W2 square into 1 upon W1 into 1 upon W1. So this is the unconditional input demand function for input 2. Okay. Now what you can do, in order to get the profit function, substitute in order to get the profit function. Substitute Z1 star and Z2 star. These are unconditional input demand functions in the objective function of profit maximization. So what is that? That is P Z1 to the power 1 by 3, Z2 to the power 1 by 3, minus W1 Z1 minus W2 Z2. Right? And wherever Z1, Z2s are there, you just put Z1 star, Z2 star, which you have already calculated. Right? Now, this is going to look a little messy. So once you do that, or can I write just the last answer? So let me just write that. So in place of Z1 star, you can write P by 3 cube 1 upon W1 square 1 upon W2 P by 3 cube 1 upon W2 square 1 upon W1 minus W1 Z1. Guys, all of these videos will require a lot of patience, right? So they are not like YouTube shorts. No study can be like that. I don't know. Means maybe tomorrow even I have to make some YouTube shorts. I don't know that, but personally, I think we should be writing at least side by side. This is what I'm assuming also, that you're also writing side by side. So when I come to you, I make my notes and then come. So at least this much I can expect from you, that you will also make notes while you're writing it down. And all of us have learned by making notes. So use technology only till the point it can be used. So don't just think just by looking at these videos, you will understand everything. No, you will have to write, because when you write through your own hands, you learn more. That's the rule, right? And you also have to read the text side by side. I cannot overemphasize this again and again. You have to read the text again and again. You have to read the text again and again. There is no question about it that you won't have. So beta, this much you have to do. You might be doing any course, you might be in any university. I'm sure if you do these videos, you will be able to get something at least. I'm sure about it. So whatever I knew, when I have told, at least particularly if you are in Delhi University semester course, I mean, you can use these videos. And then you can ask whatever doubts you have from your teacher or from wherever you're taking the coaching, you can ask them. But write these videos. These are really helpful. So you should be able to get things. Or you're preparing for any exam. Maybe you are in any university. You are interested in economics. But the only thing which I want to tell you, beta, is that you just can't assume that I'll just look at these videos and I understand. These are not movies, right? So you have to write also side by side. There is no other way. You know, in our times, we didn't have anything. We didn't have all these YouTube videos or anything. So now you have a lot of help. Use that and get good marks. Those are important. You might be thinking, why I'm always after your life to get good marks? Because that is the thing you are signaling to the world. That is the only thing you are signaling to the world. Most of you, whosoever are watching these videos, most of you are students only, right? So very few of you might be enthusiasts, want to learn economics. So many of you would be preparing for either semester course or your university exams are there, or you're preparing for MA Economics entrance or UGC Net or whatsoever. So there is an objective of doing that. So particularly for your university exams, don't think like, oh, I have to study. This is not the way, right? Take it like a job, and getting your marks, good marks are like wages to you, maybe. So they're the end product of your thing. But if you worry about the process, results will take care. So you have to make notes, you have to get good marks, right? So don't think, I mean, no, I am focused more on learning, I don't care about marks. No, you do. Even if you don't care, sometimes your employers do. Because sometimes how will we come to know that you are good enough? By looking at your marks only. What else we know? What else we know, right? So do these videos. So you are following whichever book you want to follow, but do these videos. I mean, they are helpful to you, and make notes from your own book also, whichever book they are following. They are going to be time consuming. It's like a complete study, right? But they'll be helpful, I'm sure. I don't know, I think I have talked a lot in this video. I generally don't, but anyways, this is what it is. I hope I have solved it right. So in case if there is any algebraic mistake, please do let me know. So these are this is what your profit function is. The function of what? Output price and input prices. Right? So this is the way you solve your profit function. Right, beta? Thank you.